morning, Deb. Thought I was doing okay, not so good now. Going to go. Not a problem, Annette. Take care of yourself. But here is my finish. That is using my scraps from the leaf project. And I needed a green, and I had a piece of Anna Green Gables green that I used yesterday. Remember I said I probably have something green, and I had literally one strip of this. This is what's left, which is not much of my scraps. I had some of these extra, and so I decided to use them as my cornerstones. Good morning, Melanie. Sending you some kisses, hugs, and some prayers. Good morning, Chloe. Good morning, Sharon. Good morning, Tessa. Wow, everybody's up this morning. I'm actually really excited about this. I actually slept a full 8 hours. Was up at 4. Good morning. Good morning, Jessica. So this is from the scraps. So it did not become a table runner. It actually became like a little quilt. It measures. Now ask me what I did. I have no idea what I did. I was just playing up there. I know that when I put 2 of these together, that this was 12 and a quarter. I needed for this to be 12 and a quarter, so I cut down this block to be 12 and a quarter so that I can do the 2, 2, 2, 2, and then I just started plopping in blocks. So this is a 48. I'm going to say it's 48, probably by 48. Yep. So it'll be a cute little table topper. I mean, it could be a big wall hanging too, but let's see. Beautiful quilt. It's fantastic, super cute. I just love the fall colors. I do too. So out of the, of course, the October box, we had to put in our own background. All she sent us was like the fat quarters. So, so we have this one here, in case if you didn't see it yesterday, and then that from the scraps. And yesterday I had some folks over after school to sew, and I got a lot of long arming done. Look. So I'm on a new roll of backing. Some of the quilts I need 108 back. I have it. I'm gonna piece it. I'm not too worried about it. I used all the 108 that I had, and I'm using all the because these lap quilts actually work for the width of fabric on a regular 45 whatever fabric, that it's just normal fabric. And I have just been literally just loading up my long arms with yards and yards and yards. Like, I don't know, that was 6 yards maybe, that this green I had, which is right there. And so, yes, so I've just been loading up everything. It's all working out great. I'm so excited. I spoke to the lady yesterday. Good morning, Linda. I had decided that I just don't have time to even stop and talk to Andrea about making labels. She has graciously was going to walk me through it. And honestly, I am just too much going on with between doctor's appointments and everything that's got to get done and finished. I am just going to use those little mini labels. The lady said it was fine. And I'm just, good morning, Alfredo. I am just going to use them and go for it. So as you can see, I used that like whitish cream, like fat quarters, and I used those for the chain. And then because this had this background in it, I brought that into the border of this to kind of make it all cohesive with my scraps. Good morning, Dawn. Good morning, Bernice. Hold on, folks. Remove. I gotta do some more. I think, good. I think I got it. Oh, thank you. Because that's what I was just about ready to do, Rebecca, was to hide it. I just wasn't fast enough. So good morning, Rebecca. Good morning, Aisha. Um, so, yep. So this is, oh boy, it is quite a day, huh? Already? Do you sleep? Yes, I do sleep. Honestly, I did this. I don't want to say, because then you're gonna think she's boasting. So we sewed these pieces in strips, and last night I cut them all the strips with my stripology ruler, because it just goes really quick. And then this morning I pieced everything. I just pieced everything. I just sat down and pieced everything. I was up here at 4. So 4, 5, 6, 7. So 3 hours of just sewing and piecing. And that's what I did. This was already made. So I just had to cut this down, just sew this together, and then put a border. Maybe I'm a speed sewer. I don't know. But that's what I did this morning. That's how I cleared my mind this morning of stuff. But we are going to be trying to work on, well, I'm going to leave that there for a second. I have apples to apples, right? I'm just trying to figure out how, I mean, I know how to play it, but I'm trying to figure out how to display the cards. I don't necessarily want to punch a hole in each card, and I'm trying to figure out, excuse me, how I could display the cards. So I'm going to let you look at that for 2 seconds while I look at something. I think I have an idea. Yeah, I do. I have an idea. Okay. I am going to take out these here. I think I could do it this way. See if we can take this down. Put that there. And I just went ahead last night when all these people were here. I went ahead and, oops. I put the backing in the dryer with some water, and that worked out really, really great. So I have no idea what's going on. I have this on here. Let's see. Let's see if this will work. Okay. Maybe. Here we go. And then, well, you can't even read it, can you? That's kind of funny. That's probably not going to work. I thought that was going to work. Nope, that's not going to work. We will just not do that. I think we're just going to go with plan B of my thought on it. All right. So these things are great. Someone sent me these, and I put my Villa Rosa cards in. And when I went to Villa Rosa to buy more patterns, in which I forgot to buy because I got distracted, I had asked them, I thought these came from them, and they didn't. And I don't know what these are, but these hold the Villa Rosa patterns fabulous, and I need more of these in my life. I have to, it says Pro, oh, you know what? I bet you I could look it up on Amazon, because it says Pro 3T BCW. I bet you I could do that, and I didn't even think about that till right now. All right, so I'm going to show you, let's see. We'll play a little bit of apples to apples, and then I'm going to show you my new project that I'm going to be working on. Aisha says, good morning to everyone in the chat. Good morning, Joyce. We have Chloe here. Good morning, Joe, from Vintage Style by Joe. Oops. Joyce, I just realized yesterday that you watch PTWT after this. I've definitely seen your name, but it's just never registered. Oh, Power something, 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 Powertrain something. I mean, I'm at work at that time, so I don't see it. And she, I know, was she went to the International Quilt Festival. I did not see her anywhere. Power tools with thread. Yes, that's who I meant. Good morning, Lori. By Quilting in the Country. Lori, I got your email. I do think it's a great idea. I even have some thoughts about it. Yesterday was rough. Yesterday was a long day at school because, as you know, I was a little dizzy when I left, and I got myself together and I went to school, and I was fine for like most of it, but I was very tired. And then I had already promised people that oops, almost lost my camera. There we go. I promised people that they can come and sew, and I didn't want to break their hearts. Got to go, kiddos. I'll be listening in. Not a problem, Melanie. You know, you got to take care of yourself and those kiddos. So it was a very long day, and they could have stayed here until 8 o'clock last night if I allowed them. But I did say, okay, we have to wrap this up at 6:30 because by that time I was really done, even from long arming. So I kicked them out at 6:30. And yeah, so we have a lot going on, but let's go and let's play a little bit, and then I'm going to show you. Let's see if I can figure this out. If not, I'll figure it out another way. There's lots of cards. I don't know what these are. Hopefully it's nothing inappropriate. Here we go. So the rule is there's a green card, and the green card will have something like this, which will say one of a kind. And the meaning of one of a kind is exceptional, unique, and special. Okay. And then we have these red cards. And these red cards will have things on there that could maybe relate to one of a kind. So the 5 that I just happened to pick out are quite interesting. So let's see. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to read out these 5 cards that came out. Should I put a letter on them, or do you want to type in the actual words? Okay, we'll try typing in the actual words, and then if not, we'll go to letters, and I'll just figure it out. I have to figure out how to display them because I think this would be fun. So we have one of a kind. Your choices are poker games, which you got to know when to hold them, know when to fold them, by Kenny Rogers. My appendix, scientists still aren't sure what it does. Dick Cheney, 1941, 46th Vice President of the U.S. and much feared quail hunter. Good morning, Giovanna. Jessica Simpson, 1980 American pop singer. Her TV show Newlyweds led to a divorce. And oil companies, they give you gas. So, there's another version of this game. So Apples to Apples was an original game played by tons and tons of kids, teachers. We play it in school. You know, we just play it. And then they made a dirty version called Cards Against Humanity. Is it? I don't know. So this should all be clean. So what would you say is one of a kind? And we have some. Linda writes appendix. Oh, appendix. We have 2 for appendix. All right. I think here, these are the choices right there. And this is the card right here. What's one of a kind? I think appendix is the winner. Okay. Appendix. Now, that was one way we could play it. The other way I thought we could play it is like this. The next card is predictable. Predictable, expected, anticipated, and likely. Now, the second version of I thought that we could play is now everyone type what you think could be something that's predictable. Expected, anticipated, and likely. And then I'm going to show you, figure out which version we like, just to kind of spice things up in here. Taxes, like Linda. Taxes, good morning, Barb. Good morning, Sharon. Yep. Leanna finishing 5 quilt tops by the end of the week. Thanks, Rebecca. I'm not predictable. Hunger is predictable. Good. I kind of like that. I like when you guys come up with the answers because it's fun for me to read them. And I think it's more fun for us. I mean, because the next 5 cards, right, that we would have gotten just out of just giggles here. So these would have been the next cards if we played like that, unpredictable. And it would have been Needle in a Haystack, Tommy Lee Jones, Tom Clancy, Big Game Hunting, and Conan O'Brien. See, I think your answers are much more, I don't know, I like your answers at least. I mean, I like your answers the best. That's at least 5. Yes. Yeah, okay. Sure. We've only made 2 this week, I think, right? Yes, I think we've only made 2. I don't know. Sometimes I lose track. Okay. Well, we did one of a kind and predictable, so those go at the bottom. All right, and one last one. Ready? Faulty, defective, erroneous, and inaccurate. And we're also getting like an education here too with the vocabulary. We're working on our vocabulary while we're playing this. Not for me, Joe Morning Coffee. So what's faulty? Defective, erroneous, or inaccurate? That would be Morning Coffee for Joe. Weather's, oh, it's raining out there. It's really raining out there. Like cats and dogs raining out there. I'm so excited. Weather, politicians, my points. I think you're talking about, are you talking about Weight Watchers, Joyce? Because sometimes I found when I was on Weight Watchers, my points were very faulty towards the end of the night. Weather. We had snow yesterday. Well, we're supposed to get snow tomorrow. The weathermen and weather women. Yep, my son's getting ready for snow. Everybody here is getting ready for snow. And we had some snow yesterday. Well, I have a little secret of what's going on tonight, but it'll have to wait. We may go live for a little tiny bit, or I may take snapshots and just post them. Good morning, everyone, lurking while getting my grandson ready for school. So we are playing apples to apples. I'm not sure if you are familiar with this game, Anna, but the word is faulty, defective, erroneous, and inaccurate. What would you like assimilate that to in your life? I guess that's what I would say. All right, maybe we'll pull out another. I like it this version than having all these cards. Because these cards, I can't figure else out. I like your answers, real life answers. So we're kind of going to get a little vocab in with some quilting. So here we are. Here's the next thing that we will be working on. So the next thing we'll be working on is, I guess I have the snowman thing that I got from Lynn from Soft Squares. But honestly, I started reading that yesterday, and it gave me a headache. I'm going to tell you, it gave me a little bit of a headache. Yeah, it really has to, it's not a quick sew. And right now, where my mind is, I'm going to tell you right now, my mind is trying to just be very creative, hence that little scrappy thing I did. or very basic sewing right now. I can't have anything blow my mind right now because it's just my mind is already blown by other things. So we're working on the ginger quilter box. And believe it or not, I will be doing the snowman, but we're going to do this first. This is when I read this pattern, because I was trying to cut and prep both projects yesterday as well. During my lunchtime, I realized that this is really simple. Simple in my mind. I did not follow these directions. I did read them and I took good note to them. There's very great directions and great pictures. It's really great. But I streamlined it to make sense for me. So, no big surprise there, right? So here we are. When you're going to be making some right here, if you happen to have this pattern, or you bought that box, or you decide you like this pattern so much you're going to buy it yourself from somewhere. It's Layla Boutique by Vanessa Gertson, and it's number 200 Nice List. Up here for the bow, it's basically, right, a flying geese. And they have you do a flying geese the flip and stitch way. So number one, waste too much of my fabric because I want to save as much fabric as I can. Number two, too many flip and stitches. I'll be flip and stitching all day long like I did that leaf. And so what I'm going to do is the Eleanor Burns way of making flying geese. I took in the pattern what the finished flying geese size is. I went to Fat Quarter Shop, and there's a free download called Fast Easy Flying Geese Cheat Sheet. It shows you 3 different ways to do flying geese. These are free, so I can show you these. And I went for this one, which is the Eleanor Burns way. I came here, they give you a nice little chart, just so you can see how my wacky mind works. I came here to this chart and I said, that's the size I need. I need that size. That's the unfinished size that's in the pattern. And I figured out what sizes I need to cut. I know that I have 4 different fabrics that were sent to me by, I paid for this box. So I did pay for the mega box. So, but in the mega box was 4 different fat quarters. And I knew that I needed 8 flying geese from each color because it tells you in the pattern. And what I did is I knew then, because I'm making 4 at a time, that I just need to do 2. I need 2 of the squares, right? 2 of this color square, and then 2 of my background. So I cut that instead of cutting all those little pieces and just, I streamlined it. And this is how I get quilts done quicker. People, say, Leanna's going to have 5 quilts done by the end of the week. One of the reasons I do that is by finding I do read through a whole pattern and say, how can I streamline this pattern to make this process go quicker? Good morning, Norma. And that was one way I could streamline that pattern, is I went ahead and I'm going to do flying geese 4 at a time. I did cut the sashing in between the box, right here. I cut that. That made sense to me. And then this is using a layer cake, but Natalie sent us pre-cut squares that she just cut squares. And in the book, it tells you to cut each one of your squares into a specific size. But if you look at this pattern, right? We're looking at this pattern. Do I really need to sit there and cut that layer cake in a specific size? Or can I streamline my life and just cut that fat quarter in half and call it a day and not sit there and cut it? Well, my answer is yes, I can. So I just took that stack of squares she gave us and I just cut them in half, because I'm going to put this in between. And then when I sew this, I can go ahead take my ruler, because it tells you what the finished size is, right? I can show you this. This doesn't tell you anything. It tells me what the finished size of this needs to be. So I'm just going to take my ruler, put my square there that has this and this on there, and trim. So now I know it's absolutely going to be perfect. And I save time on cutting. I didn't have to like go crazy. I saved time on cutting. So I basically cut all the squares in half at lunch, cut these to size, and cut these to size. This is all I need, this, and this, to make this project. Now, yes, there's background squares. I've not cut those yet because that's just a quick thing. So if you have that pattern and you follow along these directions that I kind of gave you, you will find that your method or your piecing may go faster because you're not spending so much time cutting. And then who also, let's say something's wrong with your stitching or something went wonky. The good news is at the end, you get to trim it all to the size that it needs to be on both your flying geese and on your package that you're making. So even this, look, I don't know what was going on yesterday. I wasn't in my right mind. Look, I cut this with the selvage, but it doesn't matter because by the time I sew this and this with the little in between sashing and I take my ruler and cut it, it's not going to affect anything. So let's see. I hope I didn't completely confuse everybody. So Rebecca wants to know, do you cut fabric at work? I cut fabric during my lunchtime. A lot of time I'm home for my lunchtime, but sometimes I am at work during my lunch, and then because I just don't want to walk home, I always have, I know this is crazy, you're going to think I'm crazy. So my work bag consists of a wool mat, a mini iron, a ruler, a rotary cutter, and a self-healing mat. That's crazy, isn't that? But I go to work with those things every day. And there's always some kind of fabrics or scraps that I throw in my bag, whether it be a kit or fabric scraps that I need to just be cut. 90% of the time I come home, so I'm just carrying it back and forth. And that's okay. Having extra weight is good, right? It gives you exercise. It's like having dumbbells, but instead it's quilting stuff. So yes, I'm a little nutty. So it depends. Like today it's raining. I'm not going to be walking home. I'm actually going to take my car. So I'm going to take my car to work, and I'm probably going to stay at work. And so I will have some sort of something with me. Either fabric, scraps, or sometimes half square triangles that need to be trimmed down, or flying geese that need to be trimmed down. Growing up with my mom taught me all her shortcuts for garment making. Good morning, Dawn. Morning, everyone. This is Lisa. Good morning from Awkward Quilter GA. She was an awesome seamstress. This is from Linda. Totally different from quilting, though. Yes, it is. That's why when people ask me to hem or make them cushions or curtains or anything that's other than a quilt, I just look at them and I'm like, yeah, no. You bring that to work with you every day. Dang, Leanna. You're my new goal. I know I'm a little bit crazy, but you are a workaholic. I don't know if it's a workaholic thing. I think it's my outlet to leave work when I'm at work. So if I'm at work and I'm on my lunch and break, if I'm not doing something like this, I will get pulled into being back at work. Hence why I do leave most of the time for my lunch and break, as you know, as a break from the day. I I don't necessarily find the quilting part a workaholic. I could be a workaholic because I used to find myself working through my lunches and breaks for years and years and years. And I had decided that I needed not to do that anymore because it was burning me out. And a way I could still stay at work, prevent people from asking me to do stuff during my lunch and break because it looks like I'm busy, is by doing what I love, which is cutting fabric and quilting. So, I mean, yeah. So now, though, I love this box that she sent. I love the idea of the presents. And she gave us 4 different options for the ribbons. But I want more than 4 options. I'm going with the 4 options because it's already in there. But if I was to do another one of these quilts, I would like have a lot of different options for the ribbon. Because now I only have 4 options and I've got to figure out like what's going to go with this. Because I don't want to just start sewing and think, oh, I have a red ribbon with a red fabric. So I actually am going to have to go through, and I actually added some other things. So let me show you something here. So when I went through the fabric she sent, there was a lot, again, there was a lot of fabric squares that were to be used for gift wrap, right? The presents. But I like a lot of high contrast in my quilts. It's just me personally. And for me, that was not enough contrast. Majority people love this. She did great. There's no judgment. But for me, I have to tailor this quilt for me. So for me, this is just not enough for me. This is my personal taste. There's nothing against it. So what I did was I'm going to use these. Everything Natalie sends me, I use in another way. So I pulled these aside and I had to pull out some other things from my stash. I came across a Jolly Bar, which is great because this is already cut in half. As a matter of fact, this, I want to say recipe, it's not recipe. This pattern would be great for a Jolly Bar. I guess I lost what the Jolly Bar was. Please tell me not, because it had a great pattern with the Jolly Bar. Where's the Jolly Bar pattern? Let me see. Here it is. So that Jolly Bar is called Merry Little Christmas Jolly Bar. I bought it last year at Fat Quarter Shop, and it came with this free pattern. And if you notice, there's a lot of white on the free pattern. And so I'm going to use this Jolly Bar. I actually took some from here. I took the dark ones. But this Jolly Bar actually has a lot of lights in it and some darks, not many. So I'm thinking I'm going to use this background and this Jolly Bar and maybe do this with it. And then I'm going to just use, instead of background, I'm just going to use what I call not tone on tones, but low volume fabrics. Or who knows what I'll do with it. I don't know, but I'm going to do something with it. And that happened last year too. See, I have a pile here of like, it's really white, but with just pops of color. I don't know. So I have a pile from last year from a quilt kit that I made. So I'm going to just basically, now I have a huge pile of basically these low volume fabrics, and I'll have to come up with something because I do want to get them out. And then because this tends to be very light, I'm going to incorporate that. That had nothing to do with that box, but that's how I do stuff. So I took out the 10. You make the quilt how you want. I added this little guy here because he kind of matched. Of course, now when you add stuff in your stash, it has to kind of, go into the fabric. The fabric she sent is very vintagey. There's browns, there's creams, there's red, there's pink, there's green. So we're going to go with this guy, and I'm going to just pair it, and I know that I'm going to use that for that. And then I have another one, because she basically did that the two presents are the same. So I went ahead and cut two. So I replaced the 10 squares with stuff from my stash. This, did I cut this crazy? Oh no, here we go. We have that, and I think I'll do that. Why not? Yep. And this one here, we will put this one. And I am going to go and through this all, and I'll tell you why, because like I told you, I think though, because I don't want to end up with some funny business at the end. It's easier to go back and move things around. So that was another piece I added. Oh, I found this scrap of this. Look how cute these are. This was super adorable. So I added that. And I love gingerbread. I'm a gingerbread girl. I love gingerbread. Everything gingerbread. So there was not anything gingerbread in this quilt. And now I've added lots of gingerbread. Now this is a light fabric. And the next two that you see are a light fabric. These were squares, again, from a project last year that I didn't use in the project. But I actually do think it has somewhat more of a contrast. And I like the little houses, and it had all the colors that was in the quilt. So I kind of wanted to use that. Same thing with this snowman. There's a lot of these minty green. I mean, it's not as much, but I think I can handle. I can handle a little. We'll put that with that. And so you see, this is the fabric that came, this line came with my Ginger Quilter box. It's got like the same hues. I don't know. I also was running out of options. When you're running out of options and I have Christmas fabric, but options that match this line. You have to you kind of have to just go with it, right? You got to make some adjustments. So we have that. This was part of that Merry Little Christmas line. So I added that. This was also part of the Merry Christmas line. And I added that. That will be a present. And then we just have now you get to also see the different ones that were in here. So I don't think I showed each one individual. So here we are. That'll be a present. And we have this. I don't know about that one. Let's go with this. And it's so healthy in the morning to just rub fabric, I feel. Like I'm very much enjoying all the fabric petting. This is a maybe. I'm going to just put this aside for a second. I would prefer that to have like red, but I'm running out of red. So we'll do green on this one, if I can get it. The next one is, look at this. This is so cute. Little Santa Claus. Santa Claus. We'll put that because it matches his hat. And we have another Santa Claus. This one is a teal Santa Claus. And I would like red on that, but I think I'm going to run out of red. So we'll put a green. And see, because some of them I just can't put a green with the green. So I'll have to put this red with it. And then we have this other one here. I think I could get away with this having this one. If you see anything wonky or crazy, let me know. This is going to have to be that. We have this here. I'm going to put that aside for right now. We'll put this one here. And here we are. Oh, here, this one's good. It's starting to get hard now. See, when you come to the end, you don't have that many choices. It starts becoming a fun matching. So see, I have this whole pile that can use red, and red would not look great with it. So I have, let's see, I have these two. I could put this because there is some of the teal in there. I think I'm gonna have to, so I have 1, 2, 3, well, wait a second. I don't even have enough sashing cut. Did I make too many presents again? I may have made too many presents. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't have enough sashing because I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And I have 7. So I went wonky somewhere, or something has 2. Well, the good news is, this is the good news. This is my scraps. So I have these that I have more green, wish it was red. Let's see. Yep. That's all I have is green. All right, so I have enough to cut out a couple more sashes. So where we're at is, we are at that I have 2 reds and all this green. So we're gonna go with this here, this here. This one's an easy one. That can definitely use green. This one here can use a green. And we will do, I guess we'll do this, yeah, because all I have is green left. We will do this and this one here, and then I could cut from here. Oh, I can't use that. You know what? I'm going to take that back. I am going to cut, I'm going to cut this for that and use this red for here, and then use this green for here. And I guess I'll just have to deal with this. So that is how I figure out, you just saw how I just figure everything out. I'm pretty sure I've made a boo-boo somewhere, though I don't know where, on cutting. Or the pattern made a boo-boo. I don't know. We'll figure it out. I'm going to go look at comments real quick. And while I look at comments and we talk, I'm going to do another card. Here, ready? Oh, here we go. This is a good one. The word. The word is laughable. Laughable, absurd, comical, and ludicrous. So you guys could type in, my peeps. You peeps can tell me what you think is laughable. Laughable. All right, let's go in because I have missed so much chat. As a matter of fact, I'm going to bring this down because I find I can read much better when this is on the lower one. Let's see. So we are at, we were at where Rebecca says that I gave her a new goal. The workaholic. Okay. Okay, so this is Linda. I totally understand that. I used to sometimes just go sit in my car and eat and just chill for a while. A lot of people do that at work. It's good to have a way to relax, escape, and decompress, whatever you want to call it while you're at work. Exactly. Dawn, I bought fabric to the office to cut during lunch. It's relaxing and a personal feeling of accomplishment. Yes, exactly. Giovanna loves my PJs. Yeah, these are Gina's favorite PJs. They are super. They're a riot. I found them last year. I like the contrast as well. Good morning, Sheila. Don't forget to hit the like button. Thank you. We've got 46 people on. Wow, thank you all. Let's see. I do love the fabric she sent. I love the fabric she sent. That's why I'm on a mission to use all that light fabric she sent, plus the light fabric from last year's project that I had gotten. And I may throw in some light. I don't know if I have any more lights, but I want to do something with that. A little of both high and low contrast would be good. I spent yesterday morning going through fabrics. Felt great. I know the feeling is so fantastic. Bernice, yes, it's like petting a dog. It lowers your it lowers your blood pressure. Oh, that's good. Honey, I bought all this fabric today at the quilt store, right? This is how we can say, because this is going to lower my blood pressure, honey. Yes. I love that, Bernice. What a good excuse to buy fabric. Oh, good morning, Andrea. Yep, I hope everyone is well this morning, too. We're all going to send some positive thoughts to Melanie, son, who's still, I think, in the hospital. Awkward quilter. Her laugh makes me laugh. My adult Christmas list. Yeah, exactly. Good morning, Regina. Oh, your adult Christmas list is laughable. Is that what you were saying? I just got it right now. Is that what it is? Your adult Christmas, right? Oh, I love that excuse. I'm totally using it. Yeah, I think that's great. I think I need to. Yep, because when we go away, I know I'm going to find some fabric, and he's going to say, "Really, Leanna? Really? You don't even really?" And I'm going to say, "Honey, you don't want me to get high blood pressure. I'm going to need to pet some fabric to keep that under control." As a matter of fact, you are getting high blood pressure, and maybe I should buy you fabric so you can pet. So I think we could say that too. So if your honey has high blood pressure, we're buying fabric so that they can pet. Oh my gosh, my adult children. All right. So what time is it right now? It's saying that it's 7:50. I don't want to leave. Okay, you know what? I'm going to make one because I do now that I have to drive to work. It means I need more time to get ready. But we're going to make one of these. Ready? We're going to make one of these. So, in my old school, when I had an office, I used to have a sewing machine in my office for lunchtime. So, but I don't have that. So now that's why I cut. Okay, so I come in here and I am going. So I have a sash and this square. We're going to make two. We're going to make two because, yeah, why not? And here we are. So now I have the one, and you don't have to press. I just find it's helpful to me. Now let me look at the pattern. Let's see what the pattern says to do, and then what I decide. All right. Yeah, doesn't even give you pressing instructions. Okay. We'll press right to the sash. We'll try that out. There and there. And then I'm going to come in here, and I am going to follow when I put this just where my square is, because I know that my sashing is a little bit shorter. It's okay. Because in the end, I'm trimming everything to what it needs to be. Take that. We have that one. And this, I'm telling you, is going to be, once you just cut it, I feel like it's going to go pretty quick in putting it together, even with the trimming. See, because this is something I could take with me to work. I can have this, and then during lunchtime, I can, oh, I'm going to come in here. I can trim these down to the measurement that I need. So here we are. Here is this. Let's see, do I have the exact, let's see, what size does it need to be? I think I do have the exact square, but it may be in my bag at work. So unfinished blocks should measure blankety blank blank blank. So we're gonna go and let's see. All right, we're gonna go and trim this down. I'm walking over there. You didn't lose me completely. So here is what I need. So if you don't have this, I do highly recommend this. This is the Flying Geese cheat sheet from Fat Quarter Shop. It's been very helpful for me to convert things. They also have a half square triangle one. They have all different ones. And it's a way you can streamline your patterns. All right, so I'm going to take all these scraps and I'm going to put them away because I'm done looking at them for the moment. Right, let me see, make sure that I didn't stick any. Nope, those are all the fabric scraps. All right, so we have all kinds of rollers out. Here we are. So now I'm going to take this, my little present that I just did. And I looked at the measurement. And if you have tape, right? We know like this ruler happens to be the exact size I need. So I know that right here is the middle size, and I go out and I see where I need to be. So what I would do is take my masking tape and put right here. I know this is where my sashing has to land. Excuse me. All of the time so that everything is centered. Now when I cut my sashing was to the right size, so I just lined that up with the bottom of the ruler, the top of the ruler. I have now the two sides where my sashing has to stay in. Do you see that? And now, one or two things. I could do exercise with these that I'm supposed to do, or I could actually use them for what I bought them for, which is for that. It's just another tip and trick. That didn't sound right. So I'm coming in, I'm holding it. I've got the weight, holding it. And here we go. Now it's a little dusty. Hold on. My weight's a little dusty. I have a dust. I don't use it often, but I do find that it will help. So now I have the perfect size that this needs to be. So I'm going to put that there again, just in case you didn't see it the first time. You put your block down. And the top and the bottom should be the same measurement. And see, I was over here, but that's not where my sashing should be. So that this is centered, my sashing should be here, because this is the center of the block, the center of the sash. Now, you may think it's just easier for me just to cut the fabric, then you don't have to worry about this. But once you get it going, if you sew up a whole bunch of it, I'm telling you, it'll save you time. And I have another one. And now it's perfect. So that is my little tip and trick on this. And just in case, again, if you don't know what I'm making, this is what I'm making. And this came from the Ginger Quilter box, but if you did not get that, you can buy this. I'm pretty sure you can buy this somewhere. Anyway, let me come on over, back over to my chair. And shut off my iron. Don't want to leave that on. All right, let me see. Let's see where we were at. So we had some people be deleted. Okay. I know I was at my adult children. I agree, Sheila. Medicare should pay for it. I agree too. Medicare should pay for it. I don't know what it is. Petting fabric is basically, preventative medicine. Yes, I do like that, Sheila. You guys are too funny. We are a lot of fun on it. Yes, we are. Yes, we are. So, Nightbot's deleting people. Oh, okay. Anita, good morning. She has, yeah. I don't know why not. Sorry, Anita, that Nightbot did that. I just see, I'm going to say you're from Australia and you're sewing. Deb is laughable. That is why we call her Giggles. You are the missing link. Goodbye. Oh, I'm sorry. I think Nightbot just put you in timeout. That's all right, Anita. It's all good. Nightbot likes to mess with us. And I didn't see Joydy here this morning, so I hope she's okay. Looks like a relaxing quilt to make. I think so, too. Yeah, Nightbot has no sense of humor. Those were cute emojis, Anita. I thought so, too. Blank, blank, blank. Identifying I'm in Australia. So it's late for you. Nearly 9 p.m. Awesome morning sewing inspiration for the day. Yeah, well, I'm trying to give you as much inspiration as I can possibly give you. It is 2 p.m. in Italy. Where was Nightbot earlier, right, Rebecca? Because there's some really nasty things that goes on that people say on here. Nightbot doesn't get them. Napping. It's prickly. These are all good. I love that tip. Good morning, Mona. Mona does what? Has a channel. Recently saw that pattern via a Facebook group or post. Oh, okay. Well, I'm giving you tips and tricks on how to put it together much faster. That pattern is on my bucket list. Great tips, Anna. Well, Anna, come over and sew one with me. We don't always have to be sewing for charity. We could sew for ourselves too. I give us permission. You can turn that off or set amount of emojis. Appreciate the tip. So real quick, before I go, I'm just going to show you one last time the quilt that I made from scraps from the October scrap. So this table topper / wall hanging is what was made. And then the original is this right here. I kind of really love them. I want to get right to long arming them and have them up and around by next week. I don't know if that'll happen because I really have a lot of long arming to do. That's gorgeous. Thank you, Nikki. So I'm excited. I'm excited. So everyone have a wonderful day. Take care of yourself. Pass it forward. And if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. Everyone have a wonderful day. I am thinking about everyone. And I'm just looking up at the last things before I go. Okay, we're done. Take care. Bye.